Welcome to class 9 English grammar class. Dear students, we know what is grammar. Grammar is an important part of every language. Same way English also. Grammar serves an important function. And we know since you study from LKG to class 8, there is no different grammar is there in class 9. What all things you have learned, that will be the repetition in class 9. So, what all you have learned, that will be learned more elaborately in class 9. So, in class 9, there is no special grammar. As we know, grammar gives shape to any language. It can be said the backbone of language. And the backbone, we know, backbone gives shape, beauty to the language. So here, as we know, to begin with, the basic, we'll go back to the basics, what you have learned in the lower classes, that what is a sentence. Same way we are beginning here also with sentence. So we'll go to the first chapter of English first, Total English, chapter 1, interchange of sentences. When we change the sentences, first we should know what is a sentence. As we know, sentence is a group of words which has a subject and predicate and which gives complete sense. And also we know sentence is divided into 4 categories: assertive sentence, imperative sentence, interrogative sentence, and exclamatory sentence. That is quite natural, we know all. So there is no need much explanation regarding these things. And another thing is that this again divided into 2 categories, that is affirmative and negative sentences. That means positive sentence and negative sentence. So now we are going to begin the interchange of sentences. As we begin with first one, interchange of affirmative sentence and negative sentences. Affirmative we know, positive sentences. Affirmative sentence and negative sentence. Okay, the first one is affirmative. What is positive sentence? A positive sentence, for example, only a prince can afford such a luxury. So this is a positive sentence. This is an affirmative sentence. Only a prince can afford such a luxury. So when we change this one into negative, so we can change it in this way. No one except a prince can afford such a luxury. No one except a prince can afford such a luxury. So the first one is positive sentence, second one is a negative sentence. So and also we changed it, interchange of positive into affirmative, positive into negative without changing the meaning. That is the important thing. We change this one without changing the meaning. So here there is no change of meaning, but the fact that the sentence form is changed. First one is a positive sentence, second one is a negative sentence. So that is an important change. So now again next one is a interchange of interrogative sentence and assertive sentences. An interrogative sentence can be changed into assertive sentence the same way. an assertive sentence can be changed into interrogative sentence without changing the meaning. An interrogative sentence also the similar way, same way, interrogative sentence also can be changed into an assertive sentence without changing the meaning. Example: can we achieve success without hard work? This is an interrogative sentence. This sentence can be changed into an assertive sentence without changing the meaning. A assertive sentence, we know that is a statement. Interrogative sentence, asking a question. So, can we achieve success? Achieve success without hard work. So, we can change that one into a statement or assertive sentence. How will we? We can achieve success. We cannot achieve success without hard work. So this is positive and can we achieve success without hard work? We cannot achieve success without hard work. So that became a statement, another one is a question. So the same way we can change exclamatory sentence into assertive sentence and also explanatory sentence into interrogative sentence. The same way, vice versa. Same way we can change it. So that one also into exclamatory sentences. So next we can change interchange of to. Sentences containing to. So this is a sentence, but this is actually a positive sentence, but the meaning is negative. Example: he is too weak to lift that weight. He is too weak to lift that weight. The meaning is that he is so weak that he is unable to lift that weight. So here we are going to remove this two sentences containing two. So we are removing this sentence without. We are going to write another sentence without two, without changing the meaning. So that we can change when we are removing this two and this two, we have to add a negation in the sentence. Without that, it's not possible. And also we have to see the tense of the sentence. If it is a present tense, by changing the sentence also the same way, similar changes should be there. So let us see how can we change this one without two. He is so weak that he cannot. See, this cannot, this negation should be added when we are removing these two. He is so weak that he cannot lift that. So this is a important point. Change we have to note when we are removing these two. This negation cannot should be added. He is so weak that he cannot lift that weight. Another important point is that if the sentence question, if it is in past tense, if it is was, then here also we have to use a was. If the question is in past tense, that means he was too weak. Then in answer also he was so weak that, then the next change comes here. He could not. Cannot will be changing into could not. So that is an important point. Otherwise the sentence will be wrong. So according to the tense we have to change it. If the tense is in present tense, answer also that when we are changing it, then also present tense cannot should be used. Otherwise, if it is in past tense, was or were, similar one, cannot in place of cannot, could not should be added. So this is the important thing here. So another one, degrees of comparison, that we already learned in lower classes. Three adjective of comparison. Three comparisons are there: positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. Like that, 3 degrees are there. So while interchange of sentences, the degrees of comparison is also an important thing. Let us see. Interchange of degrees of comparison. Example: Ashok is taller than Ravi. So this is a comparative degree. So in comparative degree, we will see this than will be there after the adjective of the but we compared. Ashok is taller than Devi. So there is, if this than is there, we can easily identify that it is in comparative degree. So we can change it into positive degree. Devi is not as tall as Devi is not as tall as Ashok. So this is a positive degree. The comparative degree we change into positive degree. And in degrees of comparison, is an important factor that only 2 things are given. There we cannot use superlative degree. Only if the comparison is between only 2 things, there we cannot use superlative degree. Then only positive degree and comparative degree are applicable. We cannot use superlative degree when only 2 things are compared. Here you see Ashok and Devi. Their height is compared, but there we cannot use superlative because only 2 things are there. Devi is not as tall as Ashok. That is positive degree and comparative degree. So now there lot of assignments are there, and that you can do. With this, our first chapter is going to be ended, and please see the exercise and complete this. Okay, bye.